Imagine working at the same company for 30 years. Same desk, same boss, maybe even the same coffee mug. In most countries, that sounds unusual. People switch jobs, chase opportunities, and change careers all the time. But in Japan, staying at one company for your entire career has been, and in many ways still is, the norm. Japan's job hopping rate is one of the lowest in the developed world. Workers stay, they commit, they endure. But why? Is it loyalty? Is it fear? Is it culture? Is it the system itself? Today we're going to find out. This is the story of Japan's remarkable workplace loyalty, and the complex system that makes it so hard to leave. And spoiler alert, it's a story that is starting to change. Slowly, but it is changing. Let's start with the data. The average job tenure in Japan is about 12 years. In the USA it's about 4. In the UK it's about 5. In Japan, the voluntary resignation rate, the rate at which workers choose to quit, is around 10 to 12% per year. In the USA, it's over 25%. In a typical year, roughly 3 million Japanese workers change jobs. That sounds big, but Japan has a workforce of about 68 million people. Job switching in Japan has historically carried a quiet stigma. Companies have sometimes viewed people who change jobs as unreliable or disloyal. This is not just cultural pressure from above. Many Japanese workers themselves feel they made a long-term commitment when they joined a company, almost like a marriage. Understanding why requires understanding Japan's entire employment system, which is unlike anywhere else in the world. Reason 1. The lifetime employment system. This is the foundation of everything. After World War II, Japan's companies made an extraordinary promise to workers: join us fresh out of school, and we will employ you until you retire. This system, called Shushin Koyo in Japanese, created an extraordinary bond between worker and company. Workers gave total dedication and loyalty. Companies gave security, promotions, housing allowances, and a guaranteed career path. In return, Japanese companies rarely fired people. Layoffs were seen as shameful, a failure of leadership, not of workers. This created a culture where leaving your company felt like breaking a sacred agreement, not just a professional decision, but a personal and moral one. The lifetime employment system was so powerful that it became part of Japanese national identity. Work was not just a job, it was who you were. While this system has weakened since the 1990s, its cultural shadow is still felt everywhere in Japan's workplaces today. Reason 2. The seniority pay system. This one is a powerful economic trap. In Japan's traditional system, your salary doesn't primarily rise because of your performance or skills. It rises because of how long you've been at the company. This means that in year 1, you might be paid less than your actual work deserves. But by year 20, you are significantly overpaid relative to market rates. If you quit at year 5 or year 10, before reaching the high pay years, you leave all that future salary on the table. You start over at the bottom. This creates a powerful financial lock-in. Every year you stay, you invest more in your future at that company. Every year you stay, leaving becomes more costly. There's even a Japanese term for this, Nenko Juretsu, the seniority-based pay and promotion system that has defined Japanese workplaces for decades. Under this system, a brilliant 28-year-old cannot be paid more than a mediocre 45-year-old. Time served matters more than talent shown. Reason 3. Retirement bonuses. Japan's retirement bonus system is one of the strongest golden handcuffs in the world. In Japan, when you retire after a full career at one company, you receive a massive lump sum retirement payment, sometimes worth 2 or 3 years of your salary. But here's the critical part: this bonus is based entirely on how long you stayed. If you leave early, the amount drops dramatically. Some receive almost nothing. So the retirement bonus system rewards patience and punishes early departure. It is financially rational, if you can hold on, to stay. For many Japanese workers, the retirement bonus is not just a reward, it is the financial plan for the second half of their life. Leaving means losing that plan. Reason 4. Japanese workplace culture. Because money alone doesn't explain everything. In Japan, the concept of jiri, duty and obligation, is deeply woven into social life. You have jiri to your company, to your team, to your boss. Quitting means letting people down. Your team will have to absorb your workload. Your boss will lose face. Your leaving creates ripples that affect everyone. There is also meiwaku, the deep aversion to causing trouble or inconvenience to others. Quitting is seen as the ultimate meiwaku. Japanese workers often feel that if they leave, they are abandoning people who depend on them, not just leaving a job. There is also the concept of shuden shugi, group harmony. Standing out by doing something different is uncomfortable in Japanese culture. Quitting, in this context, is breaking the group formation. It disrupts harmony. And in Japan, harmony is one of the highest social values. Japan also has a strong culture of gammon, perseverance and endurance. When work is hard, the honorable response is not to leave. It is to endure. The word, gammon, appears in almost every area of Japanese life, from natural disasters to illness to difficult bosses. You do not complain. You endure. Together, these cultural forces, jiri, meiwaku, shuden shugi, gammon, create a powerful invisible force field around every Japanese worker, keeping them in place. Reason 5. Japan's unique new graduate hiring system. This one locks people in from the very first day. In Japan, most major companies hire only fresh university graduates in a synchronized national hiring season called Shushoku Katsudo or Shukatsu. Every year, in a highly choreographed process, companies open recruitment simultaneously, and students spend months applying, interviewing, and being hired, all at once. If you miss this window, either because you took time off, changed direction, or graduated late, re-entering as a mid-career hire is significantly harder. Many Japanese companies still view mid-career hires with slight suspicion. Why did this person leave their previous company? This creates a vicious cycle. People don't quit because re-entry is hard. Re-entry is hard because people don't quit. The system reinforces itself. And so young Japanese graduates, fresh out of university, enter their first job knowing that this company may be the only company they ever work for. Let's follow one worker. We'll call him Hiroshi. He joined his company at 22, fresh out of university. In his first 3 years, Hiroshi was paid less than his skills were worth. But he was learning, adapting, becoming part of the company. By year 5, he had deep relationships with colleagues. His team trusted him, his boss mentored him. Leaving now would mean losing all of that. By year 10, his salary had risen meaningfully. He'd been promoted twice. His retirement bonus account was growing. The math of leaving was getting worse. By year 15, Hiroshi had a mortgage. His children were in school. He had benefits and social insurance tied to his company. The chains were firm. Did Hiroshi love his job every day? No. There were hard days, unreasonable demands, a difficult boss for 3 years. But he endured. There were moments when he thought about quitting. When a headhunter called, when a friend offered a startup opportunity. He hesitated. He stayed. At year 25, Hiroshi became a department head. His seniority earned him real authority. His mentees trusted him. The bond was total. At year 35, Hiroshi retired. He received his full taishokukin, the retirement bonus worth 3 years of salary. He bowed. He cried. He was proud. But Hiroshi's story is the best version. Not everyone's experience looks like that. There is a darker side to Japan's culture of staying. Some workers stay not because they want to, but because they are too afraid to leave. Fear of the unknown, fear of judgment, fear of losing everything. Japan has one of the highest rates of workplace mental illness in the developed world. Depression, anxiety, and burnout are common, but rarely spoken about openly. The concept of karoshi, death by overwork, is directly connected to Japan's culture of not quitting. People work themselves to collapse rather than resign. There is also power harassment, powerless workers enduring bullying from seniors because they cannot quit and cannot complain without consequences. In Japan, there is even a professional service called taishoku daiko, a resignation agent. You pay someone to quit on your behalf because you cannot face it yourself. Taishoku daiko agencies have become a booming business. Thousands of people use them every year. This tells you a great deal about the emotional weight of quitting in Japan. The system was built to create security. But for some workers, it has become a very comfortable, very padded prison. But, and this is important, Japan is changing. Slowly, unevenly, but genuinely. A new generation is pushing back. Japan's younger workers, especially millennials and Gen Z, are increasingly valuing work-life balance, personal fulfillment, and career mobility over lifetime loyalty. The job hopping rate among young Japanese workers under 30 has been rising steadily. They are changing jobs at rates not seen in previous generations. Japan's labor shortage, caused by its aging population, has also shifted power toward workers. Companies now compete harder to attract and keep talent. Some major Japanese companies, including Toyota, Fujitsu, and others, have begun shifting away from seniority-based pay toward performance-based pay. In 2023, Japan's government officially encouraged companies to raise wages and reward skill over seniority, a historic policy shift. Freelancing and self-employment are growing in Japan. The number of independent workers and gig economy participants is rising year over year. COVID-19 also accelerated change. Remote work forced companies and workers to rethink what work actually means, and many Japanese workers found they preferred the flexibility. Startup culture is also growing in Japan. Young Japanese people are increasingly starting their own companies, something rare in previous generations. How does Japan compare globally? In the USA, the average person changes jobs 12 times over a career. In Japan, many change just once or twice. In Europe, workers are legally protected when they change jobs. Strong labor protections and portable pensions make movement easier. In South Korea, which shares some cultural DNA with Japan, job hopping is also becoming more accepted, particularly in tech sectors. Japan's model was once admired globally. In the 1980s, American and European companies studied Japanese workplace loyalty as a competitive advantage. But the world has changed. The skills economy rewards flexibility and adaptability. Japan's rigid system is under pressure to evolve. So what does all of this mean? Is Japan's culture of staying a strength or a weakness? The honest answer is both. It created extraordinary stability, deep institutional knowledge, and cohesive teams. It also created immobility, suppressed talent, and human suffering. The workers who stayed gave Japan extraordinary economic productivity for decades. They also paid a very personal price for that dedication. And the new generation, the ones now slowly choosing to leave, to start over, to build different careers, they are not betraying Japan. They are updating it. The best elements of Japan's work culture, loyalty, depth, team cohesion, long-term thinking, are worth keeping. What Japan is letting go of is the excess. Japan's workers are some of the most dedicated, skilled, and resilient on the planet. The system they operated in asked a great deal of them. Most delivered. Thank you for watching. If you found this useful, interesting, or surprising, you know what to do. See you in the next one.